Hello students. So today we are going to do certain illustrations based on contract costing rule number 3. In our previous online lectures we have already done the illustrations based on rule 1 and rule 2 of calculation of profit on incomplete contracts. Our rule 1 says when work certified is less than 1/4 of the contract price, then you are not going to transfer any of the profit to the profit and loss account. Rule 2 says when work certified is more than 1/4 but less than half of the contract price, then you are going to transfer the profit to the profit and loss account. Now how much profit? 1/3 of the profit is going to be transferred to the profit and loss account, and the balance amount has to be transferred to the reserve, which we call it as WIP reserve. So accordingly the formula is 1/3 of notional profit into cash received divided by work certified. Now in this slides we are going to do the rule number 3 illustrations. Rule number 3 illustrations are based on when work certified is more than half of the contract price but less than 90% of the contract price. It means that contract has not yet been completed. It is near to the completion, but more than half of the work has been certified. Then how much profit you are going to transfer to the profit and loss account? That will be 2/3 of the notional profit into cash received divided by work certified. So let us see certain illustrations based on this rule. Question number 1. Ramesh Builders undertook a contract for rupees 56 lakh for constructing a bridge. So what is a contract? Construction of a bridge. For how much contract price? Rupees 56 lakh. The following information is available. Now these are certain expenses given to you, like material purchased, issued from stock, received from other contracts. Now simultaneously we are going to identify which will be posted to the debit side of the contract account and how much will be posted to the credit side of the contract account. So starting from the beginning, material purchased, it is debit. Material issued from store, it is not stock, it is store. Material issued from stock, it means it is there in your store or a stock which has been taken additional material kind of. So again debit. Material received from other contracts. Other contracts means there are certain other contracts which are ongoing, and that is a leftover material from that contract which is going to be utilized for this contract. So it's a kind of, again the debit one, 75,000. Now next is wages paid and outstanding wages. So debit में दोनों wages paid and wages outstanding will be added to the wages paid. Next is your plant. Now plant at a cost of 2 lakh will be shown on the debit side. If exist any depreciation, yes it exists, which is 10% depreciation on plant, so depreciation will be shown on the credit side. But not only the amount of the depreciation, it is net plant cost. Net plant cost means the cost of the plant 2 lakh minus depreciation 20,000, which is 1,80,000 plant at site, or simply by writing by plant and at a closing date. Next is general expenses, again debit. Material at site, which is credit. Material transferred to other contracts, credit. On the credit side of the contract account, we are generally writing what is left over or what is at the closing, which can be further utilized for other contracts. Next is material transfer to other contract, it is again credit. Cost of material destroyed, any kind of losses or destructions are all shown on the credit side. Cash received is nowhere shown in the contract account but used in the calculation of the estimated profit. So once we have jotted down all the debit and credit items, we are going to find out the notional profit. So notional profit of 1 lakh rupees is a balancing figure. Now, brought down notional profit on the credit side of the contract account as 1 lakh. Now you have to distribute this 1 lakh to two items, P&L account and WIP reserve. Now how they have to be distributed? See the working note 1 which has been highlighted in red. Contract price and work certified. Always follow the first step. First write down from the question itself contract price and work certified, which is 56 lakh and 30 lakh respectively. Take out always 1/4 and half of the contract price. Now once you have done all these four things, try to compare the work certified with 1/4 of the contract price and one work certified with half of the contract price. Now here we can observe that work certified, which is 30 lakh, is more than 14 lakh but less than 28 lakh. Yes. So we can say that rule number 3 is more than 1/4 and less than half of the contract price. So what does rule 3 formula of calculation of profit says? Notional profit, which is 1 lakh, multiply by 2 by 3, multiply by cash received from the question given 24 lakh, divided by work certified. Work certified is also given as 30 lakh. It is given as 80% of work certified is cash received. So 80% of work certified equal to 24 lakh, and work certified will be 24 lakh into 100 by 80. So in this way you are able to calculate the P&L account amount, which is how much? 53,333. Now the balance means notional profit 1 lakh minus P&L account 53,333 is 46,667. This will be written as WIP reserve. So always we have the formula for the rules which indicates calculation of the P&L account amount. Another question we can take to have a better understanding of how to prepare the contract account according to rule number 3. Now in this question you don't have to prepare only contract account, you are also required to prepare two more things. One is the contractee account and the extract of the balance sheet. So go stepwise. First we will be preparing contract account. Now in the first line we can easily observe that contract price is given to you 2,50,000. Now go in the same sequence as I am telling to you. Try to observe all those expenses or items in the question first. First identify what is a contract price. So here contract price is 2,50,000. Next, for all the items write down which one is debit and which one is credit. Material sent to site is debit. It is sent to site. It has not been taken from the site. So it is debit. Labor paid, debit. Plant purchase means only a cost, which is debit. Direct expense, debit. Establishment charges, debit. Material returned to store, it is credit. Work certified on the credit side under the heading of work in progress. Cost of uncertified work. So WIP is a sum of work certified and work uncertified. Next is material at site. Whenever we are confused with the name, but in the bracket it is written any of the closing date, it means always a credit item. So material at site, credit side. Outstanding wages will be added to the labor paid on the debit side. Outstanding direct expenses will be added to the direct expenses on the debit side. Next is plant valued on 31st December. Plant valued on 31st December. Again a closing date has been mentioned, so it is indicating me to write it down on the credit side of the contract account. Next is cash received, which we are not writing in the contract account but used in the calculation of P&L account. Now all these has to be written in this way in the contract account. Once we have written all this, what we have to do, we have to calculate the notional profit, which is a balancing figure of 28,273. Brought down that notional profit so that we can distribute this amount of 28,273 into two main items, one P&L account and the another one is WIP reserve. Now how this amount of 17,399 and 10,874 has come? We have the formula to calculate P&L account. First, we have to identify the rule for it. So what is the rule for it? Rule is rule number 3. Now how you can go for it? First, what we write? Contract price, which is 2,50,000. Then work certified. Work certified is 1,95,000. So 1/4 and half of the contract price you will be calculating, and you will be observing that work certified is more than 1/4 of the contract price but less than half of the contract price. So rule number 3 says the calculation according to 2/3 of the profit. So notional profit, which is 28,273, you can see the working into 2 by 3 into 1,80,000 by 1,95,000, the cash received and work certified. So 17,399 is written as P&L account and the balance amount is written as WIP reserve. Now how to prepare the contractee account? You have to only mention two major things, one on the debit and the another on the credit side. Start from the this one credit side of the contractee account. By cash received, by cash, right? So by cash 1,80,000. On the debit side you have to write एक तरह से balancing figure like to balance CD or cash received or contract account. It's always better either to write to balance CD or to contract account 1,80,000. You have to show only the extract of it. Next is the extract of the balance sheet, which we do not have to match but only have to show the major items from the contract. On the liability side, you can jot down all the expenses which are due or outstanding. In the question, these two were given, like outstanding wages and outstanding direct expenses. And for the assets, all the credit items of the contract account. See, material to store 549. Observe that it is written in the balance sheet. Next on the credit side of the contract account, it is material at site, which is 1,883. Now this is also written. What else written on the credit side of the contract account? Buy plant at site 11,000. So write down 11,000. Means all the credit items which are left at the site for the unused purpose for that contract but can be utilized for the other contracts in future. You have that has been made as the asset of your company. Now after writing all the credit items, or not all but yes, the major ones which are left over at site, you have to mention in this sequence the work in progress. Work in progress means work certified plus work uncertified minus WIP reserve minus cash received. So two things plus, two things minus, ऐसे करके you can remember the hint. Work certified plus work uncertified minus WIP reserve. From where this WIP reserve comes from? The contract account. You can see at the bottom left hand side, WIP reserve is 10,874 minus cash received. Cash received is given in the question as 1,80,000. So in this way you have to show the extract of the balance sheet, right? Now one more question we are going to take according to this rule. Contract price is given to you. Machinery, material, wages, direct expense, outstanding wages, uncertified work and overheads. Material returned to store, material at site, machinery at site. Value of work certified and cash received. So We'll be preparing this contract account. Material, wages, any of the outstanding wages will be added. Direct expense, machinery only at a cost, overheads. On the right hand side, material returned to store. If it is issued to store, then debit. If it is returned to store, means it is a leftover one which has been returned back to the store. So it is on the credit side of the contract account. Next is material at site, machinery at site. Next, what we do write under the contract account, work in progress as work certified and work uncertified given in the question directly. So notional profit is 57,000 balancing figure, which we brought down and distribute in terms of WIP reserve and P&L account. Now see the working highlighted with red. Contract price is 5 lakh, work certified is 3,90,000. 1/4 of the contract price and half of the contract price has been calculated. What we observe is work certified 3,90,000 is more than 1,25,000, right, which is 1/4 of the contract price, but it is less than half of the contract price. So it is rule number 3. So rule number 3 says 2/3 of the notional profit into cash received by work certified. 34,200 means 34,200 is transferred to the P&L account and the balance has been transferred to the WIP reserve. Now why this question particularly has been taken? If they are also asking you in this question to prepare WIP account, means work in progress account, then how the extract has to be shown. On the credit side, you have to write down by contract account WIP reserve. From where WIP reserve is coming from? Contract account. So simply you will write by contract account within bracket WIP reserve 22,800. That's it. On the left hand side, means debit side of the WIP account, you have to write to contract account only the WIP. WIP means work certified plus work uncertified, right? Now in this way you have to just balance 3,76,200. So on the right hand side I have already written a hint for you. Debit side WIP and credit side WIP reserve, which is always calculated from the balancing figure. Now balance sheet extract, outstanding wages can be written here. Assets, on the asset side it is always WIP plus under WIP what you write, work certified plus work uncertified minus WIP reserve minus cash received, right? So I hope the 3 illustrations based on rule number 3 for the calculation of profit on incomplete contracts are clear to you.